Right now, the world may be just days away from a major turning point. A fragile ceasefire between the United States and Iran is about to expire, and behind the scenes, urgent negotiations are happening to prevent something much bigger. But here's the problem. Time is running out. And if these talks fail, the consequences could impact not just the Middle East, but the entire world. In a surprising diplomatic move, Pakistan has stepped in as a key mediator. A high-level Pakistani delegation recently met with Iran's foreign minister in Tehran, trying to push forward a second round of negotiations. The goal? To keep the ceasefire alive before it expires in just a few days. There are even discussions about holding the next round of talks in Islamabad. But so far, nothing has been officially confirmed. Despite the uncertainty, officials say progress is being made behind closed doors, but at the same time, tensions are still rising. While diplomats talk about peace, the situation on the ground tells a different story. The United States has imposed a naval blockade on Iranian ports, stopping ships and restricting vital oil exports. According to U.S. officials, this pressure is meant to weaken Iran economically. In fact, the strategy has been described as the financial equivalent of a bombing campaign. At the same time, Iran is pushing back hard. Military leaders have warned they are ready for a prolonged conflict and could even disrupt trade across the region if the blockade continues. One of the biggest concerns? The Strait of Hormuz. This narrow passage is responsible for roughly 20% of the world's oil supply. Any disruption here could send shockwaves across global markets, increasing fuel prices, food costs, and economic instability worldwide. So what's really stopping a deal? It comes down to one major issue: Iran's nuclear program. The United States, under President Donald Trump, is pushing for a long-term agreement. Reports suggest U.S. negotiators want Iran to stop uranium enrichment for up to 20 years, but Iran is refusing. Instead, they've proposed a much shorter pause, just 5 years. That gap is massive. And so far, neither side is willing to back down. There are also other major sticking points: control over key shipping routes, economic sanctions, and compensation for wartime damages. All of these issues are making negotiations even more complicated. Right now, everything comes down to the next few days. There are only two possible outcomes. Scenario 1. A deal is reached. The ceasefire gets extended, talks continue, and tensions temporarily cool down. Scenario 2. Talks collapse. The ceasefire ends, the blockade intensifies, and the conflict could escalate rapidly, possibly drawing in more countries. Meanwhile, the war has already had a devastating impact. Thousands of people have been killed across the region. Global markets have been shaken, and energy supplies remain uncertain. Even so, there are signs that both sides might still want a deal. President Trump recently said he believes Iran is eager to negotiate, but whether that leads to real progress is still unclear. For now, the situation remains on a knife's edge. Behind closed doors, diplomats are racing against time because the next few days could decide whether this conflict moves toward peace or pushes the region, and possibly the world, into something much more dangerous.